Welcome to our deep dive into the life and career of one of hockey's legends, Darryl Sittler. From his humble beginnings to becoming an NHL icon, Sittler's journey is filled with remarkable achievements and unforgettable moments. We'll explore the highs of his career, showcasing why he remains a beloved figure in the world of hockey. While many remember him for his incredible talent and record-breaking performances, there's another side to his story, one filled with conflicts, management disputes, and personal challenges. Grab your favorite snack and settle in as we explore the controversies that shaped Sittler's career and legacy. Before you do all of that, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos on NHL icons. Before we delve into the controversies, let's set the stage. Darryl Sittler was born on September 18, 1950, in Kitchener, Ontario. He burst onto the NHL scene in 1970 with the Toronto Maple Leafs, quickly establishing himself as a top player. His career peaked on February 7, 1976, when he scored an astonishing 10 points in a single game against the Boston Bruins, a record that still stands today. But as his star rose, so did the tensions around him. One of the most significant controversies in Sittler's career stemmed from his tumultuous relationship with Maple Leafs owner Harold Ballard. Ballard was notorious for his erratic behavior and controversial decisions, which often put him at odds with players. As Sittler became a central figure in the team, Ballard's frustrations began to surface. In 1979, Ballard hired Punch Imlach as general manager. Imlach believed Sittler had too much influence over the team and sought to undermine his authority. This tension escalated when Sittler and teammate Mike Palmateer agreed to appear on a TV show negotiated by the NHL Players Association. Imlach responded by seeking a court injunction to stop them. Can you imagine being caught in such a power struggle? As if that wasn't enough, when Imlach suggested trading Sittler, it became clear that their relationship was deteriorating rapidly. In a dramatic moment of defiance, Sittler ripped the captain's C off his sweater after Imlach traded his best friend and line mate Lanny McDonald to the Colorado Rockies. This act was symbolic. It illustrated how fractured the relationship between players and management had become under Ballard's reign. By late 1981, Sittler's frustrations reached a boiling point. He informed Ballard that he would waive his no-trade clause if sent to either the Philadelphia Flyers or the Minnesota North Stars. After months of speculation and negotiation, he was finally traded to Philadelphia in January 1982. However, this move came after weeks of uncertainty and emotional turmoil for Sittler. Sittler later described this trade as one of the biggest disappointments of his life. He felt betrayed by management and expressed how deeply it affected him and his family. In his autobiography, he revealed just how hurtful this experience was. "Clark can't come close to realizing how much he hurt me," he wrote about then Flyers GM Bobby Clark's decision to trade him shortly before he was set to be named captain. The stress from these conflicts took a toll on Sittler's mental health. In December 1981, he walked out on the Leafs due to what he described as mental depression. This candid admission highlighted an often overlooked aspect of professional sports: the mental strain athletes endure amidst public scrutiny and internal conflicts. Sittler's struggles resonated with many fans who admired not only his talent, but also his vulnerability. He wasn't just a superstar, he was human, facing challenges like anyone else. After leaving Toronto, Sittler continued his career with the Flyers and later the Detroit Red Wings. But those years were marked by further challenges. His time in Philadelphia saw him earn another All-Star appearance in 1983, but it wasn't without its own set of controversies. In 1984, just before he was supposed to be named captain of the Flyers, Sittler was unexpectedly traded to Detroit instead. The abruptness of this decision left him reeling once again. Another instance where management decisions overshadowed his contributions on the ice. Despite these controversies, Darryl Sittler's legacy remains largely positive among fans and historians alike. His incredible skills on the ice are undeniable. However, it's essential to recognize that behind every great athlete is a story filled with struggles and conflicts. Sittler eventually found peace after retirement, becoming an advocate for mental health awareness within sports, a cause close to his heart after experiencing personal challenges during his playing days. His willingness to speak out has helped shed light on issues that many athletes face, but often remain silent about. We've recounted the controversies facing his career, but we have barely gotten a chance about the career of his Darryl Sittler. An icon like Darryl Sittler deserves this attention the most, so let us go through that route. Darryl Glenn Sittler was born on September 18, 1950 in Kitchener, Ontario. Growing up in a family that loves sports, it was no surprise that young Darryl took to hockey at an early age. He played minor hockey in Kitchener and quickly made a name for himself with his exceptional skills on the ice. His talent was undeniable, leading him to play junior hockey with the Kitchener Rangers in the Ontario Hockey Association. Association, OHA. In 1969, Sittler was drafted into the NHL by the Toronto Maple Leafs as the 14th overall pick. Imagine being a teenager and suddenly being thrust into the world of professional sports. The excitement must have been overwhelming, but Sittler was ready to take on the challenge. Sittler made his NHL debut during the 1970-71 season, and it didn't take long for him to showcase his scoring ability. Over his first few seasons, he steadily improved, but it was during the 1975-76 season that he truly exploded onto the scene. On February 7, 1976, Sittler achieved a feat that would etch his name into hockey history forever. In a game against the Boston Bruins at Maple Leaf Gardens, he scored 6 goals and 4 assists, totaling 10 points, a record that still stands today. This performance not only highlighted his incredible skill, but also solidified him as one of the league's elite players. Just imagine the atmosphere in that arena as he lit up the scoreboard. In 1975, Sittler was named captain of the Maple Leafs, a role that came with immense responsibility and pressure. He embraced this challenge wholeheartedly, leading by example both on and off the ice. In his first season as captain, he scored an impressive 41 goals and 59 assists, becoming the first Leaf to surpass 100 points in a single season, a monumental achievement for both him and the franchise. To put this in context, after the departure of longtime captain Dave Keon, Sittler was named the second youngest captain in Maple Leafs history at just 24 years old. This was a huge responsibility, but Sittler embraced it wholeheartedly. He understood that leadership meant more than just wearing a letter on his jersey. It meant being a voice for his teammates and representing them both on and off the ice. Under Sittler's leadership, the team experienced both ups and downs. He brought stability during a transitional period for the franchise, helping to integrate new players like Lanny McDonald and Boris Salming into the lineup. His ability to connect with teammates made him not just a captain, but also a respected figure within the locker room. Now let's talk about one of the most legendary nights in NHL history, February 7, 1976. In a game against the Boston Bruins, Sittler achieved what many thought was impossible. He scored 10 points in a single game. This remarkable feat included 6 goals and 4 assists, setting an NHL record that still stands today. Imagine being in that arena. The energy must have been electric as Sittler lit up the scoreboard. His performance not only helped secure an 11-4 victory for the Leafs, but also made him the first player in franchise history to reach 100 points in a single season, a milestone that solidified his status as one of hockey's elite players. After the game, when asked about his performance, Sittler humbly attributed his success to hard work rather than raw talent. "I just tried to do my best every night," he said. This attitude resonated with fans and players alike, making him an even more beloved figure. Sittler's talents were not limited to regular season play. He also shone brightly during the playoffs. In April 1976, he tied an NHL playoff record by scoring 5 goals in a single game against the Philadelphia Flyers, another moment that etched his name deeper into hockey lore. This playoff performance was particularly significant because it showcased Sittler's ability to perform under pressure. Fans were thrilled as they watched their captain lead by example during such crucial moments. In addition to his accomplishments with the Maple Leafs, Sittler represented Canada on an international stage during the inaugural Canada Cup in 1976. In a thrilling final against Czechoslovakia, he scored the tournament-winning goal in overtime, a moment he later described as one of the highlights of his career. Following this victory, Sittler became a national hero. His ability to perform at such high levels, not only for his team, but also for his country, endeared him to fans across Canada. Despite all these successes, Sittler's time with Toronto wasn't without its challenges. The late 1970s saw management changes that created tension within the team. Owner Harold Ballard and general manager Punch Imlach often made headlines for their controversial decisions, which sometimes put them at odds with players. Sittler found himself caught in this turmoil when Imlach suggested trading him. This speculation created uncertainty and frustration among fans and players alike. It became clear that while Sittler was leading on the ice, off-ice politics were starting to take their toll. After spending over a decade with Toronto, Sittler was traded to the Philadelphia Flyers in January 1982, a move that shocked many fans who had grown attached to their captain. The trade marked the end of an era for both Sittler and the Maple Leafs. Reflecting on this transition later in life, Sittler admitted it was difficult to leave Toronto, the city where he had become a star and where fans adored him. However, he approached this new chapter with determination and continued to excel on the ice. As we've told before, Sittler's time in the spotlight wasn't just on the league stage, but on the national stage as well. Sittler's prowess wasn't confined to just NHL play, he also shone on international stages. In 1976, he represented Canada in the inaugural Canada Cup, where he played a pivotal role in securing victory for Team Canada against Czechoslovakia. Scoring in overtime during the final game is something every athlete dreams of. Sittler lived that dream. This victory not only showcased his talent, but also his ability to perform under pressure, further enhancing his reputation as one of hockey's greats. Throughout his career with the Maple Leafs, Sittler consistently produced impressive statistics. Over 15 seasons with Toronto, he amassed 389 goals and 527 assists in regular season play alone. His ability to score was matched by his vision on the ice. He could find teammates in positions to score just as easily as he could find the back of the net himself. Sittler participated in multiple NHL All-Star games and earned numerous accolades throughout his career. His dedication to excellence earned him spots on various All-Star teams and recognition as one of the league's top players. After spending over a decade with Toronto, Sittler faced challenges as changes swept through the franchise. In 1982, he was traded to the Philadelphia Flyers, where he continued to display his skills, contributing significantly during his tenure there. Although it was difficult for him to leave Toronto, the city where he became a star, he embraced this new chapter with determination. In Philadelphia, Sittler added another layer to his legacy by continuing to perform at a high level. He scored over 80 points in one season with the Flyers and remained a fan favorite despite donning a different jersey. Sittler's final stop in his NHL career came with the Detroit Red Wings during the 1984-85 season, before retiring from professional hockey. By then, he had played over 1,000 games and recorded an impressive total of 484 goals and 637 assists throughout his career, numbers that speak volumes about his talent and work ethic. After retirement, Sittler's impact on hockey didn't fade away. Instead, it grew stronger as he transitioned into various roles within sports commentary and coaching. Darryl Sittler's legacy is not just about statistics, it's about moments, those unforgettable instances when he dazzled fans with his skill or led his team through adversity. His induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1989, along with honors like being named one of the 100 greatest NHL players in history, solidifies his status as one of hockey's all-time greats. As we wrap up our exploration into Darryl Sittler's life and career, we've only scratched the surface of what makes him such an iconic figure in hockey history. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve deeper into his post-retirement life, contributions to hockey beyond playing days, and how he continues to inspire future generations of players. Like and subscribe for more, and for more content on NHL icons, click on this video.